Welcome back. The time is 2 minutes before the top of the hour of 9, and we'll be speaking to the Association of Muslim Accountants and Lawyers. We'll be speaking to Imraan Subrathie there about the Association of Muslim Accountants and Lawyers annual workshop, which will be taking place on the 11th of May, 2024, which is on Saturday. And we'll be chatting to him a bit about what can people expect. This is their annual workshop. How long has it been running? And just how important is it to have this workshop, and most importantly, how you can access it. Imraan Subrathie is joining us on StreamYard. Walaikum salam, Imraan. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to Salam Media.
Jazakallah, and assalamu alaikum to yourself, Sulelo, and your viewers. Thank you so much for having me.
First and foremost, the Association of Muslim Accountants and Lawyers of South Africa's annual workshop. This is a yearly thing. How long has it been running? Initially, what was the motivation behind this workshop? This will touch a bit also on this year's one.
Okay, so the Association of Muslim Accountants and Lawyers, or AMAL, it was established. This year is going to be our 40th year anniversary. And its primary objective has been to provide guidance, leadership, and services to our industry, to the community, irrespective of race, religion, culture, etc. So our workshops are mainly free, and it is for across the board. And one particular area within the industries in our economy, in the entire community, that is always being challenged has been the non-profit organizations or public benefit organizations. And in this category, all the organizations will fall in there. You know, your masjids, your masajids, your madrasas, your welfare organizations, everybody who is doing non-profit or community work, they all have some form of structure and organization. And the challenge that these organizations have, unlike businesses, they don't have access to professionals, to accountants, to consultants, to lawyers to guide them to ensure that they are complying with all the prevailing legislation. And we've always had, as the Association of Muslim Accountants and Lawyers, we always had concern regarding this industry. And the question was, how can we assist them to regulate themselves, to become compliant? So with this concern, what we decided to do in 2022, we published this booklet here. In 2022, we published this booklet, which was a groundbreaking booklet. It is called A Guidelines for Non-Profit Organizations and Public Benefit Organizations, Tax, Legal, Internal Control, Compliance. So it's really it's a book that everybody must get. It's available from our website, www.amal.co.za, in which we provide a blueprint and a checklist of everything that a non-profit organization should be doing. Like any business, for example, a non-profit organization must register its employees for taxes, for UIF, for workmen's compensation. It must be registered with SARS. It must be submitting tax returns. Even though it's null tax returns, they're not paying taxes. There's a high level of compliance. So first and foremost, AMAL is very, very sensitive to this entire sector. And hence in 2022, we published this document. And annually, we decided thereafter to review it and have an annual refresher workshop. So what's happening in this week is actually part of that annual refresher workshop, but it has a greater emphasis that we will be discussing this Saturday.
And what are going to be the key factors of focus in this workshop that people can look forward to and know and understand that they'll benefit their organizations going forward?
We must understand that public benefit organizations and non-profit organizations are largely dependent on donor funding. Donors, in inverted commas, we can call the customers of these organizations. They are the funders, and it's important for them to have proper levels of compliance, that their funds are properly recorded, the funds are properly spent, and they have all compliance. When donors know that that particular organization is compliant, then there's greater confidence and support for that organization. Now, one particular aspect that is going to be taking center stage on Saturday, and this is why this is a must attend workshop, is unlike previously where donors give money to an organization, the organizations that are registered with SARS for as a public benefit, they will issue what we call a Section 18 certificate. Now, when you issue a Section 18 certificate, what it necessarily means, when the donor gets that for their contribution towards a nonprofit organization, they can claim that as a tax deduction annually. So there's a tremendous tax benefit to the donors. Previously, what used to happen was the nonprofit organization will issue a manual certificate, which the donor, when he or she is doing their annual tax return, will manually make the claim. SARS has, however, changed this entire thing from this year because SARS is moving to an online platform. SARS is now requiring all nonprofit organizations to load those certificates that they had issued online onto the SARS platform via e-filing, which means now all the certificates that were issued must be captured online. And what will SARS do with it? SARS will take that information and SARS will now go and populate or complete the tax returns by inserting the amount of donations that a particular donor made to an organization. So what it means is when the donor, when the filing season, tax season opens up, and that donor accesses his tax return, there's no need for him to manually make a claim because that information is already populated in his tax return. Now, what's the implications if they don't do that? If non-profit organizations don't comply and they decide, you know what, we're not going to submit this on time, what's going to happen when filing season opens up sometimes in July, donors are going to access and they're going to see, you know what, the donation that I made is not online. They're going to try and make a manual claim, which results in an audit, and that results in frustration of donors, the lack of confidence in the organization, and ultimately it will affect donor funding. And what's important is that this has a deadline, and this is why it's crucial. The deadline for submission of the 2024 tax receipts is the 31st of May. Hence, AMAL, initially we were going to have this annual refresher workshop towards the end of May or early June, but we decided to pull it at least 3 weeks before month end of May so that most of our NPOs who are not familiar with this must attend it, become empowered, have the necessary knowledge so they can become compliant.
I want us to focus a bit on the two main speakers, the presenters there, Ridwan Khan and Riza Amra. What kind of knowledge, do they bring to the table? The wealth of experience that they have in the sector, and how people are going to benefit from them when they attend this workshop.
Riza and Ridwan are the directors of Turning Point Consultants, and I can tell you this much. We are deeply, deeply grateful to them and deeply, deeply honored for them to be part of this project. In fact, they were the joint authors of this book here. So they are the absolute experts in this field here. You're getting the guys who do this all the time. This is their main purpose and main business is to support the NPO sector. They were the authors of this. So they are the true experts. They are chartered accountants by profession. They specialize in everything that has to do with NPO and PBO. So we cannot have, I cannot think in the Durban area, experts more skilled and more equipped with practical hands-on experience to attend this workshop. And what's useful about this, Alelo, it's free of cost. And as I said initially, our concern has always been that non-profit organizations don't have access to professionals and accountants. They cannot employ or even purchase their services. Hence, we have found the experts, we have partnered with the experts, and we bring it to them.
I think now let's focus on the when and the where of this workshop. If you can give details of that, and those that want to get more information, how can they get hold of you guys?
Okay, so it's taking place this Saturday. That would be the 11th of May. It starts at 10 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. It's taking place in two forms. There's a face-to-face, which I encourage those who are in Durban, a face-to-face at our AMAL offices here in West Riding in Sherwood, Durban. There will be a face-to-face, and there's also an online platform. They can access it via Zoom. So,
Mhm.
so that's when it's taking place. There will be two. And then how can you register for it? You can register in a few ways. The easiest way to register is pop us an email, send us an email, very easy, to info@amal, amal.co.za. That's info@amal.co.za. And we will acknowledge receipt and we'll request. And you can in the email mention to us whether you're attending physically or virtually. And if it's virtual, we will send you the link. Alternatively, you're most welcome to go to our website and search for the workshop there. You will also be able to register via our website, but an email will probably be the easiest way at the moment.
All right, I think we're going to leave it there, Imran. Thank you so much. We've put up all the details on our screen there, and I'm pretty sure, very, very important workshop, and those that want to attend should, get that information easily. We're going to leave it here for now. Jazakallah so much.
Jazakallah, thank you so much, Salelo, for having me on your show.
There you have it there. The Association of Muslim Accountants and Lawyers South Africa, AMAL, they're presenting their annual refresher workshop, which is taking place on the 11th of May, 2024 on Saturday. We've put up all the details on our screen there. If you can put them up for the last time before we wrap up so that people can check them out. If you want to, book and post questions, you can do so via the link. It's www.amal.co.za, or you can email info@amal.co.za. Very, very important workshop, especially for those that are running NGOs and PBOs who would normally not have access, to accountants and lawyers to kind of guide them, in running this organization. So very, very important workshop to attend. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be discussing the township economy and the integral role that spaza shops play, and the seemingly tug of war between the locals and foreigners in this lucrative business. So we'll be chatting to PhD candidate and research associate for 4IR and the Digital Policy Research Unit at the Department of Politics and International Relations, University of Johannesburg, Neo Letswalo, after this.